Can I hear you? I can hear myself. What's going on?
All right, let's see. Uh-oh. Now I can't hear you again. Yeah, we got nothing. Okay, so we are live. Oh, okay, now I hear you.
Yeah, but I can hear myself. That's really freaking me out, man. That's crazy, man. Let's do it. It's all going wrong. It's all going TikTok.
Okay,
Right,
you guys can hear him, right? It just doesn't sound fantastic.
let's try that. Does that work? No. I fucked it. What do I do?
Well, I mean, we can hear you.
Good. I can hear myself though. It's really freaking.
Oh, got you.
So, for those just tuning in, I unplugged my normal headphones USB because the cable was tied around something. I need to rearrange it, and it fell straight into my coffee.
Yeah.
And it's been a comedy few minutes.
They thought I was lying.
No, these headphones. I've had these since the beginning. And they might just die.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk loud with this headset you've got going on
Am
now
I?
too.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. That's even worse. Crikey. Oh, people
Well,
are there.
welcome in everybody. Oh, wait, what's going
Oh
on?
no. Have I got no? H is gone now. H is what? What's he on about? Pete, don't do this to me. Um, right. Mandy, you talk for a bit.
Okay. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in everybody on YouTube and Instagram. Am I echo? I'm hearing. Okay, hang on one sec. Let's see. We're gonna mute him for a second. Although now he's gonna. There we go. Did it work? Now I'm gonna just mute you and troll you a little bit. All right, he did it. So yeah, good evening. So this is another stellar start for us. We are crushing this podcast thing. This is apparently Ian's thinking face. Johnny Bravo, hello. Name, I'm so excited that you're going to be at the expo. Uh-oh. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, look, we can see all of Ian's shelving right now. All nice and tidy. And then behind me is the chaos that is my life. Wookie Hunter, I haven't talked to you in forever. Lobster, welcome. All right, so I'm wondering just how much do you guys think he's swearing right now? Why are you going to cry? It's such a good show. You really should set up. Oh yeah. You might be feeling, emotional and moved and excited to meet your friends, and then Carlos is going to say something Carlosy. Yeah. But at least his sweater's nice, the hoodie. I do not have a table. I had a table the first time that I went to that show. man, it was a lot of fun. But I think you have to get on the list. I don't know for sure. I feel like his light bulb just went off. This looks like a light bulb moment.
Try that.
All right, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly. It's not fantastic, but it's okay.
It's kind of like my content.
That is not true. Your content is
fantastic. He's back in the room. I think I've officially fucked my headphones. I've tried them in 2 different USB sockets, and the USB devices malfunction. The computer doesn't recognize it. So can we?
I really enjoyed watching you give it the Nintendo cartridge. I'm gonna blow on it and see if that helps.
Can we have a quick moment of silent respect, please? Thank you. There we go. Right. Got that out of the system.
If we were better at StreamYard, we would have like funeral music or something prepared.
Everyone needs that in their bag of tricks. It's really weird. I can hear myself back, but I don't understand because I've only got one audio source in theory. I don't get it. Anyway, I'll figure it out. What have you been talking about while I've been gone?
Well, we wondered how much you were swearing.
Oh, lots.
Yeah.
The air was rent with profanity. Has Carlos popped on yet?
Not yet. Thank God. So he'll have missed all the technical difficulties.
No, I was going to start. I was going to go, g'day, Carlos.
Oh, yeah. When he gets here.
Oh, my God, Carlos.
You guys, Ian has an American accent, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, my God. Anyway, right.
It's like offensive and irritating and fantastic all at the same time.
Again, just like me. You know it, kids. Right. How many words did you use that we would not understand? I might have thrown a shit gobbler in there.
Yeah, we don't use that one a lot.
No, cock womble I reserve for special occasions. So yeah. This is so weird, I can hear myself. There's clearly a mic somewhere on the computer over there that's picking me up because I'm connected to my iPhone. So,
wow, so just that dunk in the coffee was it, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe if it dries out overnight, it'll...
Might be. Well, it's morning, so I mean, I can put it on the washing line. Hang it out. Anyway. What? Were you talking about the National?
No, we were talking about the Expo.
I knew you were talking about that show.
The Expo is on Wednesday. Or I'll fly up on Wednesday. I think
This week?
Name's not getting there till Thursday. I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Name, Indigenous Rookie Cards.
Oh, okay. Ah, right, okay.
So it's going to be a good time. There's quite a few of us going. Not as many as normal. Oh.
Is that because you've got to account for tariffs? Some of you will get taxed.
Hey, Jason.
Nicely avoided.
No, I just don't know. I don't really know how all that's working.
No, I'm kidding.
But have you seen? I feel like I'm hearing your PC like fan.
I mean, you might be.
But did you see? Like, I tried to order on BCW, and they're like so back ordered. So I think that this tariff business is going to be bad for supplies and plastics, etc.
But I wanted to buy some BCW products at the National.
Well, hopefully, maybe by then.
They'll have fucked it up even more.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, right. So
Wookie.
Camera anymore.
Wookie Hunter's doing some comic grading.
Who is?
Over on Instagram, our friend Wookie Hunter, who I thought only collected coins, but apparently now also does comics.
Did you just say Wookie Hunter?
Yes.
As in Star Wars?
What?
Wookie as in Star Wars?
I'm assuming.
That's better. Card comes from. Sorry, I feel like I'm not really. I'm really spun out. Kind of can't really properly engage because I can hear myself, and it's just. Anyway, people didn't get up early or stay up late for this. What are we talking about this week?
Well, what did you get up to this week card-wise?
Well, what did I get this week card-wise? In hand, not a lot, I won't lie, but plenty has been acquired and is with my boy in America ready to ship over, including a load of She-Hulk, Superhuman Law Division.
Oh, those are nice. Those are so nice.
Pates, which are the iPhone-shaped ones I quite like. I managed to pick up a couple of batches from a seller in China. Next to me. So, yes. So they're not with me yet. What else? Oh, well, I'll show you. See, I wanted to talk about the binder first before I showed them what I acquired.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a segue into it. So should we talk about Sandman?
Yes, I would hate to ruin your segue. So let's talk about Sandman. So they just announced season 2 for the Netflix show, or they're showing clips of it now. Yeah, or they're showing clips now.
Oh yeah, it was about to be on. Do you want to add card cam?
Is card cam? Card cam has entered the chat.
Oh, you sound so much better now, except you're echoey.
Really?
But it's a manageable echo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys think so? Like, this is better, right? You guys can hear me more clearly.
Well, card cam's the one my audio's through, so that's probably why.
Okay.
Maybe card cam needed to be here all along. No, I'm getting silence. No, nothing.
No, I think it's good.
Well, card cam has a better mic. Yeah, card cam's the one I'm plugged into. It didn't occur to me whatsoever that I was talking through here, but it wasn't in the show, so you couldn't hear it.
Can you mute the computer? Someone's saying mute the computer.
But if I mute the computer, because I'm on the same... If I mute the computer, can you hear me still?
Oh, it's perfection.
But can you hear me through this?
I can hear you so clear. No, but I can hear you perfectly clearly.
But can you hit... So... No, you said no. Can you hear me through this?
No, because you're muted on that one. You're pointing to it, and I'm saying no. I can hear you through card cam.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, but this is plugged into card cam. That's what I'm saying. So see this?
That I'm hearing you through that.
It's in here.
Okay.
There we go. Right. Do not kick card cam from the chat, otherwise you lose me.
I'm about to kick you from the chat.
I've got no idea what's happening right now. I genuinely have no idea what's happening. Good morning, everybody.
Let's get into
me waving at the chat. Right. Mr. Sandman, dream me a dream, make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Anyway, not that Sandman.
When your co-host has a theater background, everybody.
This Sandman. So now Neil Gaiman is a bit cancelled at the moment because apparently he's been put in his weenie where he shouldn't be. Allegedly. But yes, you are quite right. Sandman season 2 is about to be on Netflix, and of course, all of a sudden, all this stuff with Gaiman shows up, and they suddenly say, "Oh yes, it's also the last season," and they've started dubbing it the final season.
Yeah.
And everyone's gone, it's absolute bullshit. And they've gone, no. There was so much material, but we've actually burned through most of it. And it's like, no, you haven't.
Not even close. Like,
no,
who are they
you
talking
haven't.
to?
So it just, it's just like,
Yeah.
just be honest about it. Don't try and fluff it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so and listen, whatever the, this has been a really interesting conversation to watch. Actually, I'm in a Facebook group called the Fans of Neil Gaiman or something like that, and it's been really interesting watching them tearing each other apart, for want of a better word, over the question of separating the art from the artist.
All right.
And having that conversation, and it kind of literally falls into two camps: those who are kind of like literally selling anything they collected, and some people have got years worth of limited editions, statues, fucking Neil Gaiman underpants, you name it.
Yeah.
And other people, and you know, and they're selling them and getting rid of them, and they're done. But clearly not quite done, because they'll happily stay in the group and argue with anyone who has a different opinion, you know, such as the lure of
That's the
social media.
internet.
And then there's the other camp who are just saying, look, I just enjoy Sandman.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I tell you, there's a third camp who are like, you know what, I don't believe what's been said, and I'm still a fan of Neil's. And that's absolutely fine as well, because at the moment, until he's convicted in a court of law rather than a court of the internet, I guess it's, you know, that's the fairest way of thinking about it from my point of view. So, but I've always liked Neil Gaiman's Sandman series, having read it back in the day when there was hair. There was hair here when I first read Sandman. So excuse me 1 second. My nose has decided to not play ball this morning. So I only recently realised, and I think it was last year, Amanda, and I think it was your fault. So can you please tell me, Amanda, what is the tagline that you go with for your graded gamer brand?
Oh, it is cards you didn't know you needed.
Follow me for cards you didn't know you needed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so I do. And sure enough, I did. And I saw you showing off some Sandman cards. And I was like, why did I never know that a Sandman set existed?
It's a beautiful.
And so I went on to the eBay. And sure enough, a few days later, this popped up in the post. So in the 90s, do you remember them?
Wookie Hunter wants to know if that was a handkerchief that you just used.
It was a tissue. It wasn't a cloth handkerchief that I rewash. Although I did used to use those. And then one night the concept occurred to me of the fact that I was keeping a bit of cloth in a pocket with loads of effectively bodily excretions from my nose that would effectively dry, and then they'd go into the laundry, and by then it would have crusted and it'd be all kind of, you know, and then you put it in the washing machine and it would, all that material would be in the wash with all of your other clothing and rinse through the water. And so you would hope that all of that water would carry the material out through the waste pipe. But then I got to thinking, what if it was microscopically still in my t-shirt, my jeans, my other items of clothing that I might have washed with that handkerchief? So I stopped using handkerchiefs at that point, cloth handkerchiefs. And I started using tissues, and all was well until I left a tissue in my pocket when my wife did the wash, and then fucking all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose.
The last time I was at the Toronto Expo, a friend of mine that was there with me walked me to the car to help me get my luggage in the Uber. And he's an absolute smartass. So he gave me, Wookie Hunter, I'm talking about Chris Carter. He gave me a handful of tissues because he said, here, I know you're going to cry on the way to the airport. Because like I was leaving and I was going to miss him. And I was so irritated. I just shoved them in my hoodie pocket. I just shoved them in there. Like a handful of them, Ian. Straight into the washing machine. And it was just all over everything.
Oh.
Everything. That is the worst.
So anyway, thanks for that question, Wookie Hunter.
Well, now he wants to know how old is Ian, and is that a British thing?
Cloth handkerchiefs, I don't believe is exclusively British, but it's one of the British stereotypes. But you see them in business attire with brokers like on Wall Street and around the world. So yeah, it was kind of a thing that goes with suits, especially in pockets. You also see them in different colours hanging out the back pockets of certain elements of the gay community, because the colour of the handkerchief indicates what the person is into. So, for example, a green handkerchief.
blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Amanda, you stopped me before I was getting to my crescendo on that one.
I'm trying to think of how do I segue.
Yellow for blowjobs, green for scat. Yeah, I just said it. Right. So,
I'm like,
do you want?
I'm like, how do I get this? How do I tie this to Sandman really quickly?
Oh, well, a number of the characters in Sandman have handkerchiefs in their pockets.
Is it true?
Yes, including I believe Lucien.
Yes.
Has a handkerchief in his pocket. In the show, it's played by a female character because they are so up with the times. Do you want to put car cam larger in the frame so that people can see it? I don't know if it'll turn the audio up for anyone, but it will certainly make the picture bigger. Oh, hello. There you are. Right. So, Sandman binder. Now, this is a beautiful binder. This is from the day when binders were, well, bindering. I'm going to lift this up because it's just difficult to get in the frame otherwise. Now, prepare to ooh and ah. Look at the inside of the binder.
I know.
It's got stars. It's so cool.
We're so easy.
How good is it? Oh, you tell me about it. Right. So this was. I'll just skip over that. I'll come back to that in a sec. This was a widescreen set. So they are rather lovely, but they need that kind of larger 6 pocket page, and I use the Ultra Pro ones just because it's the only stuff I can get over here. And also I've used Ultra Pro for my pages for decades, literally decades. The back is better for the binder, so subtle. I haven't got to the back yet, Keith, but I'll get there. I'll get there. So I've got the binder. I'm going to put this down because it's frankly my arm's aching. But in there, and I don't know if this came with the binder. Look at even these are black. Look at that.
That I think that did come with the binder because mine also has one.
Yeah.
Mine's really beat up. It has
so
binder
Doll's House, oversized kind of card. Yeah, this one's got like ring marks on it.
That's why three ring binders are dangerous, people.
Well, no, you can use them safely. Just that obviously in the life of this one, it hasn't been used safely. But yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice kind of oversized promo, I guess. Yeah, let's call it a promo. I'm calling it a promo. Oversized thing? You're a promo. Right. So it goes through it, and you got various art from both inside the books and from the covers. It's lovely.
Oh, here we go, Ian.
Carlos.
He caught up. He heard your true accent.
Oh my God, Carlos. Oh my God. Carlos, you're making me so wet. Right. So first of all, we have so there's a 9-card promo set, but of course it doesn't go all on one page because you can't get 9-card pages for this one. So this is rather lovely, and they're all they're called CI. I'm not sure what the CI stands for, but anyway. So there's the 9-card promos, and then you've got the base set, which is lovely. I'm not going to go through it all, but a lot of them have the covers on them. Yeah, they're lovely. They're really nice.
They're really nice.
Yeah, they're really nice, and we'll come on to the creator of the covers in a moment.
I think this set might have been more popular if it was standard card size, but I feel like this set needed to be the gallery size.
Oh, it did. Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm looking at them now and I kind of just want to go back and read some. What I love about Sandman, for those of you who haven't read it, it's got different story arcs, and the style of them is very different. So Season of Mists has a certain style to it. It's the same artist. Then you've got Game of You has kind of a very different style to it. So they've kept it very very kind of separate in that regard. Brief Lives issue. Where's the issue 50 cover? Sorry, issue 50 is the one I remember. It's that one shot issue that had the P. Craig Russell artwork. It's so nice. And then we go into all the characters. You know what? I have a feeling this set might have come out before the series had concluded because the covers stop at issue 50. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So it wouldn't be. In fact, that's very logical. I can't remember when the series actually wrapped because it ran for 75 issues, the original run. Have you seen the Netflix series?
I started I haven't finished the first series.
It's really good. The Corinthian character, I think they did really well.
So creepy.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah. Well, hang on. Have we got Lucian in here somewhere? If we see Lucian, we might see a handkerchief. No handkerchief evident. Okay, he's got a bow tie though, and rather funky shoes. What can you do?
Wow, you just described Billy Vazzosi.
A handkerchief and really funky shoes.
Yep.
So yeah, here we go. It's brilliant. I kind of just want to reread it. Unfortunately, I've decided to acquire the oversized Absolute Sandman editions, and they are like the biggest things. I mean, if someone's going to break in your house, you'd hit them over the head with one of those. Yeah. Because they are just ridiculous, but they are lovely. So I want to get to the good stuff. Not that this isn't good.
I'm going to argue with Pete for just a brief second and
go on.
He's wrong. Bow ties are not the best.
Oh, you always have this argument, don't you?
Yeah.
Why is it with you and bow ties? Why don't you like?
I can't stand bow ties. I think they look stupid.
You think they look stupid? Okay. Yeah. Have you ever worn one?
No.
Well, then you're in no position to.
You know why? Because they look stupid.
I thought you were going to say no because I'm a female. That's generally worn by males.
That is not going to slow me down.
Dear me. Right. A checklist card. We love sets that have checklist cards. The point of order, Pete. The word snazzy has 2 letters Z in it.
Pete, that's a Z.
Yeah, that's a Z for our colonial friends. So now these are the gorgeous ones. These are the gorgeous ones. Now I don't have all of these, as you can tell by the gaps.
I have them laying around here somewhere.
These are absolutely stunning. Gold foil border. Now there are silver versions that are prototypes, I believe. And there seem to be quite a few of them around. But they obviously go for a lot more money. They're supposed to be rarer, but I often see quite a few on eBay.
They're on eBay right now, but to me, they're all massively expensive. I don't feel like...
Oh, they are really expensive.
I don't feel like they should be.
I want them, though. But I like them. But yeah, that's the Endless. It's a wonderful little insert set, and these are embossed on there, and you can see that coming through on the back there. They're just stunning. So there's one for Dream. What we've got here, I've got Dream, I've got Desire, Despair, and Destruction. So I'm missing Delirium and Death and Destiny. Because there's 7 of them, and there's only 6 bottles.
The Death is Sienkiewicz, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful.
I've got it sitting around here somewhere.
And then I've got some of the there's a chase set, but I don't have all of it. And hang on, no, this is the promo set. Okay. So I've got some dupes of the promo set, and then I've got these, and these are no again. So right, that's right. So the CI set, that is the promo set that I had at the front. You can tell I haven't looked at this in a while. Now there are some holograms. There's a hologram that I saw on eBay, and I don't know if it's from this set because there's a Vertigo set that came out around the same time.
This one's Morpheus.
Yes, there's a Morpheus hologram, but there's also this Sky Disc.
The Sky Disc is Death and that's in the Vertigo set.
Right, okay. So the Morpheus hologram, I was watching one on eBay, and the corners were a bit dinged. He made me a seller offer, and I couldn't remember if that one was the really expensive one, but I think the Sky Disc is the really expensive one. So I think I'm going to hold.
Yeah, I don't think any. I just feel like some of this stuff shouldn't be like it's just popular right now. Like, but it shouldn't be as expensive as people are trying to make it.
Yeah. Why is the last page in a strange? I don't know. It's a different. This was in this. I swapped out all the binder pages for new ones, apart from these last two, because I ran out of them. So yeah, this is just like I don't know what that was just in here. It's a BCW one actually. But these actually, having spotted that these are duplicates, I'm going to take these 2 pages out. But yes, and there is the back page that Keith mentioned. So yeah, that really does up the bar in terms of stars. I was expecting something really dramatic because Keith had built that up a bit. Yeah, so lovely set, lovely binder. And I do really want to look at the gold stars on there. Anyway, I do really want to get so those gold border ones also carry through into the Vertigo set.
Keith, why is yours different?
I don't know. He'll tell us in a minute. There's always a bit of a delay. So the gold border ones carry through into the Vertigo set. There's a set of those in there, and they've got like the old Sandman. They've got
John Constantine.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind those as well, but they'd kind of be I wouldn't go for the whole set, I don't think. Did Vertigo set have a binder?
It did.
Yeah. So Keith's saying there's a Vertigo binder. I've not seen that.
He has one.
Yeah. Cool.
He keeps showing it to me. I think I have one, but I don't know.
Don't know. Well, be careful if you're looking around because you don't want to knock that candle over and burn everything.
Don't worry, Dad.
Just before we started recording, so for regular watchers will know how much cardboard Amanda has around her. Okay, Amanda was showing me a match and saying this match just won't light. I'm like, why are you lighting a match in that room of all places?
Of all places, it's not like
all places.
Fraggle Rock trash heap or something.
Well, yeah, but that's how I picture it, like a collier's mansion, you know, with like stacks of cards waiting to tip over, and you know, it's fuel. It's a fuel source, as I know from my fire training. And apparently, you have a candle lit somewhere within there, so be careful.
All right.
Be careful from someone who cares. Please be careful. Okay. I don't want to see Amanda.
Okay, speaking of stuff that happened before we went live.
Oh, yeah.
I want everyone in chat to know that Ian, they don't have these over there.
I've never seen them before this morning.
He's never seen Peeps, you guys. He has never seen Peeps.
I mean, Peep Show, that's different. I don't think that's what you're asking. I didn't drop a card in my coffee, Pete. It should be noticed. I dropped the USB from my headphone into my coffee, unplugged it from the computer because the cable was, and it went click, straight in. There was even a little drop of coffee came over the top in a rather dramatic fashion.
If this had been a movie, that would have been slow-mo, that drop.
And you would have seen me going like this.
And to be fair, it's very early for you, you know. So drop stuff in your coffee kind of hour.
It's always early. It's always early somewhere. It's like it's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Pete, that's what I'm thinking, you guys. We have to, when he comes over in July, we're going to have to at least get him like a tiny pack of Peeps.
Oh, I thought you said we will get him Peeps, as in people. People, we're going to get him. Get him! It's like, you know, I was feeling worried then for a sec.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Although you will be popular, I think.
Excuse me, Guff. Can we have your autograph? Can we have a photo?
There's more. That's an even faker accent than your normal one.
Of course it is. What do you think? I talk like this all the time, don't I? Anyway, right. So, when my daughter was young, when she was too young to be like, "Oh, Dad, you're so embarrassing to me," I used to do impressions of Aladdin. Hello, Jasmine. How are you? So this was my Aladdin voice, and she bought it completely. Because one night she wanted me to. She was like 3, she wanted me to pretend to be Aladdin. So I first thing that came out of my head, because I was tired, because, you know, toddler, I was like, hello, I'm Aladdin. Hello, Jasmine, how are you? All right, Genie, like this. And she bought it. And to this day, even though she's seen both versions of the movie, we won't talk about the Will Smith one because it's pretty bad. She still prefers my Aladdin accent. So
she prefers it. So
yeah, I don't know.
So what makes you think she?
I mean, I do give her pocket money or allowance, as you guys call it. So maybe that's why I'm paying her to be
wow.
in it with me. Yeah. So there we go. Who knew? Right. So I was perusing eBay the other day. So this has all been a big lead up to what I'm about to show you, because what I'm about to show you, quite frankly, I'm still fucking absolutely floored that I have it.
And the how?
I was perusing eBay and I came across a listing that was called, let me just get it on screen. DC Sandman series trading cards framed, signed, foil, rare, number 4 of 25. It came up in the UK and I was like, what's this? So I went and looked at it and immediately bought it now. Okay, now it was a pretty reasonable price. It was 40 of your English pounds. And for for what I'm about to show you, I think you'll be suitably impressed. So let me share my screen and I will show you what I bought. Okay, can you see that on your screens? It's loading for me. There we go. Amanda, verbal acknowledgement, because I can't see.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. So it's a rather nice frame, and it's got, and I'm not sure if these are like in a folder in there or if that's they're just printed as part of the sheet. But it's a limited edition number 4 of 4,444. Crazy number. Who knows? Don't know. So that's fine. I've never seen this, even though there's 4,000 of them are out in the world, but I've never seen this.
No, me neither.
I don't know where it was issued. Then I scroll down and it gets interesting. Now, we mentioned that silver version of the promo. Now, in and of itself, that is certainly listed, whether it's selling for more than I paid for this entire frame.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, that's clearly shifted in the frame and it's upside down there, which I can sort by taking the back of the frame off, but that's fine. Okay, over here we have a different card, and that appears to be signed by Neil Gaiman and hand-numbered. Indeed it is. Both are true. Notice that also says 4, but that's of 250. This isn't numbered. I think this is just the regular thing. And then you've got this little this little plaque. In appreciation of a great 1993 and anticipation of a super 1994 Skybox International, also numbered 04 of 25. So what it seems to be is that whilst there are 4,000 of this top thing, whilst there are 250 of these, they've clearly grabbed the corresponding serial numbers of the first 25 and put together these with a little plaque that corresponds to them and sent them to various people. So I'm like, I've never seen this before. So I bought it straight away, and then I started Googling, and I can't find any reference of it whatsoever on the interweb. Dr. Google was useless to me that day. And then it arrived, and I got it out, and it was all lovely, and it took me a while to unpack it because the seller had wrapped it really, really, really well. And then I was looking, and inside there was a return thing that I think when you print out from eBay, it gives you that little panel. So he chucked it in, and it said sender David McKeon and an address. Now, for those who know Sandman, Dave McKeon is the guy who did all of the covers. So all of those cards that we just saw, all of the artwork on the binder, the front covers of Sandman were all done by Dave McKeon. So I messaged him and said, thank you, it arrived really well. By the way, I couldn't help notice the return address. Are you the same Dave McKeon that did the artwork for the covers? And he goes, yeah, that's me. So effectively speaking, Dave McKeon was sent, which explains why one would imagine that Neil Gaiman might have got one of 25, for example. Someone at DC might have got 2 of 20. Yeah, just you tell me, whoever these 25 people that got these were, I've got Dave McKeon's.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking brilliant?
That's wild.
It's so bonkers. I did follow up and say, do you mind if we talk about the provenance of this piece on the podcast? And he said, yes, that's absolutely fine. I then rather cheekily followed up and said, do you want to come on and talk to us about your work on Sandman?
Let's take a mile.
Yeah. And he replied, no, I want to. Do you want to come on the podcast and talk to us? He replied, no, I didn't really have anything to do with the trading cards. And I went back very, very politely, by the way, not as I'm saying it now. I said, well, we don't want to talk to you about the trading cards. We want to talk to you about your work on Sandman. But he never replied to that. And that's weeks ago now. So yeah, I own that. Now, as you can see, that shifted in the frame there. Do you want to go back to Card Can being big? Because I can then. Here it is. So I've got it here. And as you can see, the silver promo has shifted more.
He's not done moving.
So it's over the thing. So I need to take the glass. I need to take the frame apart, but it's got those metal clips that I'm going to need something to prise them loose with, and I just need to reset those cards. But it's absolutely gorgeous.
I suspect that the super is in quotes because Skybox released the Superman set in '94.
Possibly, it could have been. It could have gone to DC people across the book. I imagine these probably went to a lot of the DC top brass as well. But it's in really nice. I had to give the frame a bit for clean. It's got a couple of scuffs on the frame, but the glass is spotless. So I'm going to get that all reset within the frame, and yeah, there it is.
That's so cool.
Isn't it bonkers? Yeah.
I can't believe it went for so little.
Well, he just listed it. I think he said. Let me have a look at my messages with him. I think he did say that he'd just been clearing stuff out. But I mean, I know where he lives. Quite frankly, what I should have done is kept an eye on his eBay to see what else he was flogging.
Right.
In fact, let me look at his other listings right now, and just see what else he's selling. Sell his other items. What else is he selling? Oh my goodness! Well, he's selling loads of VHSs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. I think I might buy that. Wow. Okay. All right. I'll show you that after the show, Amanda. Wow. Wow. He's also selling there's a Sandman statue that he's selling. Wow, that's like 600 quid. Yeah, he's selling loads of stuff. But bizarrely enough, loads of VHSs in bundles. It's like you really are having a clear out. Yeah, interesting. So there you go.
That's very cool. It's a beautiful set.
It is. It's. I'm just like, wow. I'm just made up. And the thing is, I mean, I'm sure that Upper Deck will issue some stuff with Neil Gaiman's Sandman in, but how deep they'll go or how deeply they'll be allowed to go by DC is unknown to me, quite frankly. But yeah,
I'm trying to remember. Boyle, are you still there? I wish I have like 2 boxes of this somewhere. The packs, the pack art's beautiful for this too, and I think it has those same moon and stars, but they're in black and gold.
Oh, nice.
If I remember correctly.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah, he's selling some crazy stuff. I mean, he's probably gone into his garage and just like.
Can you imagine?
I'm gonna really like upset myself now and look at his sold items and see what I missed. I can't believe I've only just occurred to me to look at what else he was selling. It's like, what? So yeah. So Dave, thank you for that. I'm absolutely made up to own it. But that's it's such a rare piece. It really is. Who's having a pop at me now? Bastards. Who's having a go? What's
No,
this?
no one's picking on you. It's Manu. I posted.
Manu.
I shortened it. I did it FNSM for Friday night, Saturday morning on my. I don't know what you call that, the little bubble thing.
Hashtag.
And he was trying to figure out, like, was it Fleer? He was trying to make it a card set, so the N turned into Nultra. So it's Fleer Nultra. Okay.
All right. Okay, that's good. All right.
Yeah,
I can.
It's Fleer Nultra Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness! Right. So there we go. So Sandman. I mean, Series 2, aka the final series. I'm still going to call it Series 2. I'm sorry if you call it the final series.
Yeah, that's wild. There was so much more. Uh-oh. I forgot.
Oh, did you boot card cam and lose my audio? Oh, well. Yeah. Sorry, card cam's going to have to stay in the frame.
That's okay.
Even though I've not got anything else to show you, really.
I have some... I have something to show, but it's niche.
Well, hang on. Amanda, that's what this show is, isn't it? It's niche. I'm niche. You look up niche in the dictionary, you see a picture of me. It's
niche where I don't know that anybody else is going to be interested in this but me.
Oh, actually, I think that every time I open my mouth on anything. We're both the same. We fret and we have imposter syndrome about doing this stuff.
About everything.
I remember your crisis the other week when we were supposed to be doing it. So 2 weeks ago, we were due to record, but we couldn't record at this time. We were actually going to do, I think we were going to do Saturday night, Saturday morning, because it was going to be Saturday night for me and Saturday morning for you. So we were going to like mix things up a bit because you know what? There's 7 days in the week and potentially 14 different combinations we could do. Unless you go evening and lunchtime, in which case it adds in another mix. But we were going to do it, and then I think you were having a bit of a mad anxiety one about your Whatnot show. So
yeah,
I was like, you know what? I've laid down on the sofa, and I've started watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it's not going to happen.
There was wine involved too, if I remember correctly.
No, I hadn't started drinking at that point, but once we started talking. Calm down, Pete. It's coming. It's once we started talking, and you were like, oh, can we skip it? Is that okay? And I could tell by the tone of your voice that I was like, yes, I'll open some wine. So at that point, I did open some wine, and the wife was away in Devon with the kids, so I had the house to myself. So yeah, I had a crazy party. Had Candy, my American friend. Oh my God, Ian! Oh my God, look at your house. She came over, and yeah,
and a Balrog.
And clearly that was the wake. Ian is awake during Whatnot. Well, I don't watch Whatnot.
No, he
Pete.
doesn't.
So yeah. Anyway, Amanda, before Pete implodes, what is it you were going to show us?
Good morning.
Jake's awake.
Good morning to Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Carlos is always just going to criticize me for not being Carlos. Okay. So probably I'm thinking, Just Hype Texas, hello. Hey, I'm so sorry, Instagram folks. Come over to YouTube so we can keep an eye on you better.
Sorry, guys. I haven't got my... I've had so many technical difficulties. The last thing I'm going to be doing is opening Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably break that.
It's been exciting tonight. Okay, I'm trying to think of who besides me might use these. Boyle, maybe. And I'm stuck there. Okay, so I saw this in an ad that popped up on Facebook.
Make your own screen bigger so that people can see this, including me, because my eyes aren't that good.
And it was like an impulse buy. And then when I got them just today, well, So I ordered them, and then I was so excited. You guys, this is really nerdy. It's not cards.
That's okay.
It's not cards. Okay, so I was so excited when I ordered these that I immediately applied for their affiliate program because I was like, I'm gonna be able to move some of these because I already am obsessed. I don't even have them yet. So
All right, don't milk it too much. Show us.
No, so the company was really nice.
Uh-huh.
They were really nice. They emailed me back and they were like, hey, you haven't gotten them yet, but you. So I explained, and they threw in some extras because I only order things in black. So I think they were like, oh, let's send her some colors. But here they are. So this is what it is. So Ian mentioned my whatnot streams. And one of the irritating things about it for me, you see all these piles back here.
This is why I'm frightened about you having a candle in the room.
The candle's over here. Candle's in front of me.
Seems to me you died because there was a candle in the room.
The candle is right in front of me where I am constantly having my eyeball on it. Okay, so part of the Whatnot show that I am terrible at, I suck at this part, is I'll be showing a card and someone will say, hey, do you have Wolverine? Well, yes, I have probably 1,700 Wolverine cards. Do I know where any of them are? No, I don't, because I'm not organized. I try to get organized, and I'm pulling boxes, and cards are flopping all over the place. I shouldn't have said flop. I feel like I shouldn't have said flop with Ian, but it's too late now. So I ordered a bunch of these little dividers that go thusly into the box and actually stay put. You could slide them up and down. So this is my life, right? Is this.
Oh, now you screwed it.
Yeah,
okay.
This is flopping. So look, you just put it in there and it stays.
Oh my God, put it in there. Oh my God. How's it staying in there? Oh my God. We've lost Amanda. And we'll see you next time, folks, on Friday night, Saturday morning. How is it? Oh my God. How's it staying in there? Oh my God.
So look.
Yeah. Hold it up.
I'm going to put this down. Now I have to be
hold it up.
So innuendo conscious. So see, it's got this little, I'm going to call it a lip, but that's not, it's just going to get me in more trouble. So it hooks over the edge of the box thusly.
Uh-huh.
And then it stays put. And you can put your label right here if you wanted to label. But for me, it's mostly I'll have a 4-row and I'll be sorting it, moving it around, and then the cards just spill backwards when the row is not full. I'm very excited about these. You don't look convinced, but I'm just wondering
what cardboard box. What does it fit? Boxes from different brands, or is it only specific brand? Or
you know what? Let me do this.
Whenever anyone says that, I get both anticipant and excited.
Okay.
What boxes does it fit? What's it called?
They do have them for different boxes.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's cute. Retirement fund, college fund. So this company, the people who created this, they are into Magic the Gathering. So they have a ton of Magic cards, they said. So it looks like, so multi-row box divider, this one here looks
Carlos
different.
used the A word. Artisans. Oh, can't stand the word artisan.
Oh, really? Don't tell us that. Don't tell us that.
No, it's one of those trigger words for me. Yeah, artisans. That was a lot of build up for a divider. You know what? I'm here for it.
This is the kind of stuff that I really get excited about. Is
the
knickknacks, the miscellaneous.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it's in the UK. Artisan and the branch version of it, artisanal, is overused massively. It's like every fucking coffee place, artisan coffee this, artisan this. Don't even get me started on there's a trend at the moment with a couple of supermarkets who have ancient grain bread. It's like ancient grain bread. It's like how old? So basically, you're using old seeds to put on top of your bread, is what you mean if you're using stuff that's 3 weeks out of date. It's such a wank. It's an overused word, so it makes a nonsense of the word and its original form. And it doesn't quite make my piss boil as much as collector's choice fake autograph cards, but it's in that table. There's a league table. Jake, what? Anyway, back to your dividers, because with love to guide us, nothing can divide us, Amanda.
Oh God. Okay, so I have always made my own too. I'll use in this box, I have let me get rid of this. Someday I'll be good at this. So in here, previously I just had a 150 card box to keep this all from sliding around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But now I have these, and I'm so excited because, on a Whatnot show, I'll go through a box, and then if it doesn't sell, I'm putting it in the back, but then it's falling forward, all that stupid stuff. And now I can keep them super separate, and I know this is not going to be exciting for a lot of people. I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm here for it.
I'm very excited. That was my big find this week.
Okay, cool. How much are they paying us?
They are paying us. They're paying us with thanks and.
Oh, bless them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we can get them to blow up, then maybe they'll throw us a few coins.
Well, I do have an affiliate code already.
Oh wow! Okay. Do you want to pop it in the comments?
We got to get one for.
Pop it in the comments right now. Don't sit on that shit.
I am ill prepared. I will add it to the show because I'll have to go find it.
Ah, okay.
I wasn't actually going to talk about these, and then I started messing with them tonight, and they come in all kinds of colors. They sent me pink and blue, yellow, orange.
Like the handkerchiefs.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't want to know what orange is.
Carlos, Carlos, okay, are we doing this? Because, you repeat yourself a lot, sir. See, he's just doing that, so I bring him on camera to argue with him, in real time. It's not going to work.
Hey, well, I'm here for that. So if you two want to get going, and then get going.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. It's almost like you threw the gauntlet down then. Carlos is going to be hitting the request to join button. Can you do that? I don't think you can do that on StreamYard. You can do it on Instagram.
Yeah, it's Instagram.
Which I can't operate. As Carlos rightly said earlier on, if I open another tab, it will probably something will go wrong or set fire. I'm paranoid about things setting fire this morning. Oh.
He's going to use
Amanda.
What?
DC annual. Obviously that's come out. I've seen people getting excited about it in your DCCW group. Now let's talk about that's going to hit EPAC relatively soon, one would imagine, because it's been out for 6 weeks now.
I think so. I don't know I can't remember what the time frame is.
It varies.
Where's our monster pieces?
Yeah, but masterpieces took 2 years to get on there. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, they do have to scan every card.
So yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But DC will obviously because Looney Tunes is hit there already.
Yeah,
that's just gone on there. It's so weird when I see the EPAC chat and people going, "Anyone got any Lola bunnies?" and things like that. It's the most bizarre thing. EPAC chat has just turned into a comedy stream. But DC annual. what do you think the achievements are likely to be? Do you have any insider info? Are they going to do anything crazy?
I have no insider info at all.
But you're probably there for it, aren't you?
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
My only hope is that the color wheels, or I'm already calling them color wheels. I don't know that they're going to be color wheels, but the combines for the base, I just hope that they are annual 2018 rainbow style versus just the change in the background fractal.
I reckon
pattern.
they're going to be I reckon they're going to be like the green and the magenta from the last couple of years.
I'm really hoping that they're beautiful and shiny.
I mean, they'll be beautiful because they're lovely. Those EPAC achievement ones from the last 2 Marvel sets. So they'll be nice. I'm in no doubt that they'll be lovely. But it's just, color wheels would be nice. I mean, they'll probably have sketch cards for the achievements. I think they'll save like jumbo mega splash clippings and things like that for the metal sets or the Fleer Ultra sets.
I agree. Let's pin that one. And I think the premiere ended up being held for EPAC, right? Or Pack Wars?
Oh, yeah. In fact, did premiere? It did hit EPAC eventually. Yes. I mean, but the last set was premiere 2021. It didn't come out until 2023. And then EPAC
no, isn't that what they're called? The premiere? The acetate inserts from Annual?
Oh. What, suspended animation?
No.
Oh, no. Yes, the premiere. Yes, the premiere ones. Yeah.
So I'm hoping we see those. Keith, those weren't... I always say Boyle when I forget there's not more than one Keith in the chat. Because, Speroni only shows up when he feels like it. He's probably out.
He'll be face down in a pool of drool at the moment. So, yeah.
That wasn't me that said it.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, whenever we do Marvel Card Collectors podcast, he's invariably hanging in some way.
He was alert and downright perky on the last show. I was really impressed.
He was on good form on the last one. Yeah, but then he'll disappear for his summer migration to.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, but then what?
I'm
I don't
excited,
know.
Though.
But I don't know what the lead time will be for Halo and for James Bond Black Diamond to get on APAC. I think we're a few months away from those, but they're about to bring out another James Bond set. So from No Time to Die. So they're going to bring out a movie focused set, which will be a first for Upper Deck because they haven't done a single James Bond movie focused set. So they've clearly done it because they've got pretty much all the actors from No Time to Die in terms of autographs. So they're bringing out, I think it's coming out next month.
Oh.
I've seen solicitations for it as well. It looks great from my point of view because it's, if I don't get the autos from Black Diamond, I can get it from No Time to Die. But I get another shot at getting those actors that were just in No Time to Die. So yeah, I'm here for it. What's that? DC Batman Metal looks to be moving back to later in the year. Well, it's fair enough. I'd rather they took their time and got it right.
Brendan, it is absolutely possible that Eric will pay if you hit the like button on this channel. 100%. I'll just forward him the invoice.
What will he pay?
So Carlos has it where his co-host Eric has to pay when people hit the like button on their show, and people love to troll Eric, so they get likes that way. So it's fine with me if Eric wants to pay for likes on this show as well. Okay. I feel like that's...
It was more how was he paying? It was like...
You know what?
Is it financial? Is it favors?
That's between them, so I didn't want to...
Is it a bit of ooh la la,
It might...
Have I seen Batman Hush from Crypto? I'm aware that there's a set, but I don't really read much, certainly not much modern Batman. I went back and read... What did I read? I got some cheap trade paperbacks from a Facebook group, and I read. Well, people pay them to not give favors in the other way. Is that what you're saying? I reread Death of Superman trade, and I think I'd only ever read the individual issue, like the last one where Doomsday and him, finish the fight. But this one obviously had the ones leading up to it, like the 6 or so issues, and there were loads of characters that I saw. I never heard of this guy, and I was reading it. I was like, doesn't hold up. Doesn't hold up at all. So yeah,
I have a hard time with Superman.
I've often been. Return of Superman was better than Death of Superman. Yeah, but thing is, whenever I dip into Batman stuff, generally speaking, I usually really enjoy it. Whenever I dip into Superman stuff, I often come away feeling a bit like, don't know. I mean, I did read All Star Superman, the Grant Morrison, Frank Whiteley one. I read that recently because I had the 12-issue individual issues, and I remember reading the first 3, and I love Frank Whiteley artwork. So I was like, you know what? As I sold my comic collection, that included, I'll buy the collected hardback of that. And I pushed for it, and for the most part, I did enjoy it. But there were so many like references and elements that I didn't really get, and a couple that I just didn't really enjoy. There was a whole bit about Bizarro folk, about like Clay, and I was just like, this is just not fun to read. It's just but it's genuinely, it's just a really lame. I found it to be just a really lame concept. I mean, I get what they're trying to do with it. It's not that I didn't understand it. I just thought it was a bit shit. But yeah, the rest of it I quite enjoyed. And I like Grant Morrison's writing. I like Frank Whiteley's artwork, but I don't know if I'd ever read it again. If that makes sense. So I might offload it. But yeah, the Brendan. Oh, I love it. I love people that are sitting there thinking of me. Bless you. Bless you, sir. I used to go to college with a guy called Brendan. Brendan Reardon was his name. He had long ginger hair and he was a bass player. Apropos of nothing, that was. But yeah, so what have I got? I've got Nightfall. So I've got that to read, like the collected one of those. And apparently there's 3 of them. I got the first one where he actually where he falls, I guess. But there's 2 more collected editions the same size that apparently I need to get. But I'll give that a read first before making any decisions. And I do so I would try some of the other Batman stories, but
do you only read trades, or do you do like
I wouldn't go floppies again.
I'm reading almost entirely on the app now.
Oh no, I can't read.
That's what I thought too, but
yeah, I'm a physical media guy from that point of view. I did try. About 10 years ago, I tried Audible, and I really gave it a go. No, Audible, not Audible, Kindle. I couldn't get on with it. It just felt so weird, like turning pages by swiping. Don't know. And also, I think I miss the smell of books. So,
yeah, I just don't have room for books.
But Absolute Sandman, I've managed to get. The annoying thing about Absolute Sandman, the oversized editions that they put out.
We could clip this. We need to clip this for like clickbait.
Can't be floppy, Manu.
That's a keeper statement right there.
Got to be hardcover. So the
and Pete's taking us to the library. Thank you, Pete.
Pleased with that. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, well, I was just about to click share on that one, and we're just not gonna.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was going to say now. It's gone. It's probably for the best, actually, to be fair. Yeah, don't know. It's gone. It's gone out of my head. But Absolute Sandman, that's it. They've re-released them a number of times, and the first one's had Vertigo on the spine. The next one had DC Vertigo. It was kind of a combination of the logos, and the newer ones are DC Black Label with just a DC logo. And when I first started collecting them, if you were promised family friendly, Carlos, I think you should read the terms and conditions, because side effects include hives, early discharge. I ended up accidentally buying them with mixed logos on the spine, and it vexed me so much. I sold the ones with Vertigo on and just went for the DC ones. So I've got one more to get. I think I've got volume 4 to get.
Like just because the branding was
Yeah, I
different,
can't. When I look at them on the shelf and they're different, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Couldn't do it at all. And these are not cheap books because they're the big, oversized ones with slipcase and leather binding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it wasn't gonna happen. Anyway, are they bringing back Vertigo branding? Says
Keith would
Boyle?
know.
Oh wow,
He's
okay.
He's probably pre-ordered them.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering if Keith Boyle ever goes camping.
What are you setting up there?
Well, when you're intense, you're in those things, sleeping bags. I imagine Keith would need quite a long sleeping bag because he'd be quite tall, but it would be.
He is very tall.
He's like
an ant. He's that tall.
He is. It'd be like Boyd in a bag. Do you have Boyd in the bag stuff over there? No, I was just spent ages building up that joke for my own amusement, if nothing else.
It still wasn't as long as my preamble for the.
It wasn't as long as your preamble. No, that was legendary preamble. To be fair, I like it.
I'm very excited.
Not as much as me walking you through the entire Sandman binder, so that I could show you that frame. So, technically speaking, we're even on that one. Pete, did you camp in your car?
Oh, that's so weird.
That's hobo style,
right? Thank you.
Was that when he came up to Denver to do that live stream thing with Keith?
No, he lives there. It's when he goes to shows that I think are not. So I thought he was talking about doing it for the National.
Oh, so he's local to Keith's store.
Yeah, and
so that would have been like a bus ride or something. Yeah, right. Okay.
And I was like, no, just get a hotel and be a normal person, please. But yeah, so apparently sometimes when he goes and sets up at shows, he sleeps in the car.
Oh, because he does stuff at shows, doesn't he? He's like sells his wallets and stuff. Okay, I'm with you. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, that kind of makes slightly more sense. I mean, it depends how big your car is as well.
He does have like a minivan. He's got like a soccer mom minivan.
A soccer mom. Pete, are you a soccer mom?
Soccer mom.
A soccer mom.
He was shuttling us all around when we were all out there.
Really? That's hilarious. Please drive to the National and shuttle us around as well. So the National, obviously, so after Toronto, is that your next show?
If I don't go to San Diego Comic-Con, yes.
San Diego's the week before the National, isn't it?
It is.
Cool. If you go to if you go to San Diego first, you're going to be absolutely battered.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it depends. I think Keith is on the fence about San Diego, so if he doesn't go. I might drive down just for a day.
I was going to say it's local-ish to you, isn't it? So, I mean, I'd love to go to San Diego one day. I mean, it's crazy that the National just fits in just with it being Chicago. So, Keith's saying I'm out. Does that mean he's going to bed, or does that mean he's not going to San Diego? But yeah, I can imagine Amanda there on a street corner preaching the
Carlos
word.
Is a smart ass. Carlos, I'm gonna see you in less than a week, so maybe tone it down.
Are you going to give him a dead arm?
I pull hair.
Not going to shows. Not going to shows. Full stop. Are you? I'm reading into everything Keith is saying. He's got plural. Not going to shows. It's like, does that mean he's decided not to go to shows? He's shying away from shows. Shying away from shows. That's easy for you to say. I don't know. Yeah. Here, Keith, do you want this hologram I've got for you? I don't know where it's gone, but it's still sealed in the box, in the envelope that I sent it in.
Leo, I saw some of your pictures on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
El Paso Comic-Con.
Fair enough, Keith.
It looked like a good show.
Fair enough. It's been a mad few years with the old EPAC stuff, so you probably need to do that. I can relate. Can we talk? We didn't have this on the agenda, but can we talk about parting with stuff you never said you'd part with or never thought you'd part with out of
Sure.
life necessity? Because I just thought it was an interesting one.
Yeah, you just did that.
I just did that. I just did. Well, you know, I'm not proud of it, but it happens. You know, I overspent on things over the last few months. Notably EPAC. You know, I had some debt. I still have some debt. You know, I've got a credit card bill. I've got PayPal credit, which is the devil as far as I'm concerned. And it simply got a bit too spicy, and I was like, this isn't cool. You know, I need to sort this shit out, especially considering I'm going on a big holiday to America soon, and I need some spending money. I've been pretty good at putting that away. So it's bizarre. I've been able to carry on saving for the holiday and allowing for this debt to build up as well, and overspending on stuff. And it's just like, I go into these phases of justifying the spending to myself and thinking, oh yeah, I'll be able to do that to pay it off. And it's like, you justify it so you can do the spend. And it's since EPAC, it literally was like turning off a tap for me, because it's the you know, it removed that instant FOMO or just lack of, you miss that filter when you buy on EPAC. It's too easy to buy. You miss that filter where you judge whether you actually need it or want it. You just want to buy. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And I did a spreadsheet and I worked out how much I've got, you know, how much I'm in the red. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I was like, I sold some Black Diamond autos, which I was going to pare that down anyway. And what are they talking about? I can't. Well, I'm talking about this. Because I just want a Brent Spiner auto, and it means spending money. Last year, crazily enough, last year before last, my aunt passed away, and she left. Me and my brother were the only two blood relatives she's got left, and she you know, what she had, which wasn't much, went between us two. And we put a chunk away from our daughter for a college fund or whatever she wants to use it on, and we put a chunk of money into the house.
Why do I associate that with you breaking your rib?
Because it literally, the week before my aunt's funeral, which was on the other side of the country, I slipped on ice and broke 2 ribs. So I had to travel cross country with the broken ribs. Anyway, things being what they are, it took 6 months for the estate to get sorted and all the probate stuff. So May last year, that money literally dropped into my account the day that Marvel Unbound, Freddie and Black Cat dropped. So I had the money to go hard and chase down the printing plates, and I managed to get all 4, which is great. And I hadn't had them shipped home, but I had moved them to ComC, and I was looking at them thinking, this is ridiculous. I sank $2,000 into those, and I love printing plates, but I've got to be a bit fucking responsible about things and not risk family and home and all that sort of stuff. So it's not just me I've got to think about. So I put them up for sale, and they went straight away. And funny enough, the guy who bought them is the same guy who sold me 2 of them in the first place.
I saw that. He originally pulled them. He
pulled 2 of the printing plates in 6 packs.
That's wild.
It's bonkers. So I sold them for the same as I paid for them. I didn't make anything on them. And now I've got to arrange for ComC to ship them to him, which I'll do today. But
that was in Eugene's group, right?
Yes,
that was
it was
fast and easy.
in Grails. So I think I was lucky because not many people are dropping money on that sort of thing at the moment. I know I had approached the owner of the original art, and he wasn't interested. To be honest with you, I mean, it's really helped. I probably need to sell something else that I said I would sell. The Sandman frame won't be it, because it wouldn't. I want to be selling a couple of high-end things that will get me a high return, rather than itty bitty 200 different cards that I have to price up. So, but for me to ever sell a Black Cat printing plate is unheard of.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, when I first saw that post, I was like, oh, I have to tell Ian. And then I was like, wait, these aren't Ian's.
I know, and I'm still like weird. I know it was the responsible and correct thing to do, but I still feel funny about it because it's like, And and the other thing, I've been going hard after Eternals printing plates.
Mhm.
Well, there is only one other collector who's doing the same, and he's outbid me on a number of them on eBay
You
over
said
the year.
there's only one other. I'm surprised there is another.
No, there is, and I finally got contact with him because of what happened this week. So I was looking at it, and there are 145 cards in the Eternals set that have printing plates, and I was up to, and I'm collecting one printing plate from each card, and I was up to 100. There's 145. So I was up to 81. So that's over half. That's 56%. That's pretty fucking good going by anyone's standards.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. And I was looking at thinking, okay, I know that he'll buy these, but I kind of still wanted to keep an element of that specialness. So I just chose one. Like, there's one element of the set. To be honest with you, I've only ever pulled a couple of printing plates, and they're not ones I'd want. So I've opened over 30 boxes of physical Eternals. I never pulled a printing plate, and God knows how much on EPAC over the years, and I never pulled a printing plate there either. So I've only acquired them through trade and purchases. But yeah, so I chose an element of the set, a chase set, that I was like, okay, because for the base cards, it's like it works well as a 9-page to have a printing plate in there because it makes the 9th spot. But the chase, one of the chase sets, I was like, I've got a lot of those, and I put them on ComC, and he snapped them up.
Oh wow, okay.
So I got a little bit through ComC as well. So you just kind of have to say, look, you can still have a little bit of what you've been chasing, but you've got to kind of not be in the hole like that. So yeah, so I kind of need to do the same this week. It's just choosing what I'm going to part with. But I think I'm going to part with the little I've got of Masterpieces 22 and 24. I don't have much, but I'm going to knock them on the head because I haven't, for reasons I didn't enjoy 22. No disrespect to the artist, but the experience of collecting it for me isn't. It's got some negative associations with it. And 24 is such a limited set. My collecting tastes lie elsewhere now. I'm never going to want to spend the money or do the chase to finish it.
I don't know if it's definitely partly that for me too, but for some reason the last 2 masterpiece sets, the art's beautiful, like always.
Oh, it's stunning. Yeah.
But I don't know, I just they didn't click for me. I didn't connect to them in a way where I feel like I want to chase them.
Yeah. So, and I'm kind of like, and I was thinking about it as well. Because I set up Marvel Masterpieces Collectors and did the Collectors feed, which I've not touched in a long time. And it's not that I'm doing the Righteous Brothers thing. You've lost that loving feeling. I've kind of, but I kind of have a little bit. I still love Masterpieces 2007 and Masterpieces 2018. I will never part with those because they get me in the feels. And they are personal experience. I'm the same with annual 2018-19.
Yeah.
I want to get Marvel Weekly again when I'm able to spend. I want to get those sets because I have an attachment to the experience that I had collecting them and the friends I made collecting them.
I feel like you loved Weekly with me when it was happening.
Yeah. Well, we bonded over, we didn't really know each other. So I'm kind of like, and I had such a positive experience with 2020, and Dave Palumbo's a lovely human. And then I feel like I would be collecting and finishing 22 and 24 just to collect them and get them to the same, like, okay, this is my set. It's the tier 1 to 3, the base holo, the base canvas, the base battle, and tier 4 purple. And that is my kind of modern Masterpieces set. And I was like, and I started doing that for 22, and I was like, I haven't bought a single card from Masterpieces 22 in like over 18 months. And I've just like, you know what? I'm not gonna I'm just not feeling it, and I'd only be doing it to complete the sets to be conformative with the earlier ones I'd done, and I'm like, that's just the wrong reason to be buying it. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking on one of my Whatnot shows, as I was selling those singles, I was thinking like it wasn't feeling any kind of like loss in moving those singles. And then I was thinking like, okay, well, if I do this set, it'll be the gold signatures. And then I'm thinking like, I'm only saying that like just because I feel like, do I really have to put anything from this set together? Like, I don't really need to. Like, why? Like, I was trying to find something like, I'll just do the gold signatures. But why?
Which one are we talking about? 22 or 24?
Both of them. Like, why? Like, I don't need to collect like that. Like, I want to just like, there's all this. Like, I'm really back into the Bernie Wrightson sets. Like, there's stuff like I'm passionate about. Why am I even bothering to think about like, well, how do I want to do this one? If I want to do this, there's too much other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. That's the thing. You can pick and choose. So it's an easier. It's crazy for me. Once I make the decision to part with something, it's straight away. It's on the blog. I kind of don't hesitate with that. I'm pretty good at that. Sometimes the decision might have been percolating for a while, but once it's made, I have to kind of act on it pretty quick. So yeah. But listen, I've still got the rest of the Black Cat Rainbow from that set. The plate set, I put that together and I'm selling it as a set. So it's going to a collector who's at least initially going to keep it as a set. What he chooses to do with it down the line is on him. And I've said before that with unique pieces like that, every collector that owns them is a custodian of them as they pass through people's collections. So how long he'll keep those for, and maybe in the future he'll be selling it and I have the opportunity to get it back. But I'm kind of finding, as I said from beginning of maybe not last year before, my focus has been, and maybe this should be my little tagline for Instagram, like yours. Well, it kind of is, happy place cards. Finding, if it doesn't make you happy, why collect it? It doesn't take you to your happy place. But what I've been saying on the Marvel Card Collectors podcast is, there have been so many sets coming out. I've been trying to find the joy in them for me. So there's one, if it's a set that I quite like the look of, I'll find an element that I'll go for. And because I've been slightly more into MCU than original art over the last few years, for me, it's largely been in the Disney Plus set. So She-Hulk's a prime example. We're back to the beginning. Those Superhuman Law Division cards are just gorgeous. And so, those I've been going for. I'm a Renner fan anyway. But when I decided to sell my Triskelion autographs from Black Diamond, I've kept the Renner one. So in the same way that Black Cat does this, it enables me to have a taste of all these sets that she's in without the need to own any of the rest of the set. So I've got a green sparkle, whatever. I've got a purple pixels prism, whatever, from Platinum. I've only got the one though. And that's for Black Cat, and I'm happy with that. And that that's why I like promos. It means I can kind of have a piece of all these sets that came out over the years without having to own the set. And it's quite a nice way of doing it for me, because space is a premium.
Yeah.
As your cupboard behind you would indicate. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Finding that little bit of joy in all the sets. And, for Flair, for me, it was the Simone Bianchi pieces. Yeah, the Flair-in ones. And much as I love the Solar Flares, because I love a shiny card. Yeah, that's kind of, but I'd be collecting them because they're shiny, which isn't a bad thing. We all do that.
Not a bad reason at all.
But I'd be missing the rest of it. I'd be like, well, why do you own a White Queen card? Just shiny. Do you like White Queen, or do you like that artwork? Do you see? I'm just picking that as an example. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. But I thought it was an interesting one because it's been, I was like, I could sell these. I really don't want to. At the moment, because everyone was talking about it, and now I'm kind of into her, as it were, Sydney Sweeney, probably at the moment. But I do think I do wish she'd just stop pouting and doing all this to the camera because she does fucking ridiculous. I mean, just yes, you've got a nice body.
So I was running a Whatnot show this week, and somebody came in, and we started talking Black Cat, and we were initially started talking sketches, and then he was talking about how he didn't have a lot, but he had really nice ones, and one of the ones he mentioned was, I can't remember the artist now, and I said, "Did you get that from Ian Taylor?" And he said, "Yes, I did. How did you know?" And I said, "Because I think he's owned most of them at one point." I said, and because I said, and I also have one from Ian because I wanted one from that collection, from the Ian Taylor Black Hat collection. So it was kind of cool to hear someone that who got it, loves it, still has it.
Well, what you want to do now is get CGC to grade it and say Ian Taylor pedigree, because that's I'm sorry, that's a really wank thing, and I can't abide it. Anyway, Manu, as you're on, do you remember this, sir? Which is, it's got a Todd McFarlane. It's a Todd McFarlane signed one, but I can't. You knew more about it than I did when I showed it, and it's got a little mark on it as well somewhere that you asked me to identify, and it's a slightly different signature of his, and I don't really know much about it except that it was available via his agent or manager or something like that. Anyway, it's lovely and I really love it, but I don't really need to own this particular edition of it. So Manu, I need you to educate me on how best to consider moving it, because as I said, I've got that credit card bill, quite frankly, and I need to clear it down a bit. So anything that's not tied down is currently available, including my morals, sketchy as they are. But yeah, no. So basically, I guess the lesson here is be responsible with your collecting. Don't overspend, because I've done it. I've done it on a number of occasions, and it's gotten me into really, really big kind of potentially marriage-threatening trouble before. And I'm currently recognizing that I need to sort my shit out and stop having to think about how much of next month's wages are going to pay the credit card bills that I've got. I'm kind of fed up with it. So, so I've paid off my PayPal credit, and I've asked PayPal. Yeah, I don't know what to search for there, Manu. I'm not sure what it's called necessarily, that particular edition. But yeah, I'll never price it just on a last comp, though. I mean, you might have typed that quickly, but that's where I'll disagree. I'll always look at a range. Last comp, last sold comps. I don't agree with that methodology necessarily. I'll always go for a range. But yes, thank you, Manu. Just let me know what they're called. Hit me up. Send me a DM. Yeah, thank you, Manu. That's what I'm after, Manu. I was going to say I'll give you a cut, but I need to send it to the credit card company first. Once I've done that, I'll. If you get to the National, Manu, there'll be a beer and a cuddle. How's that?
Wow.
In fact, that's open to everyone on the chat. If you go to the National, there is a beer and a cuddle in it for you. And with 2 beers, you never know what you're going to get.
Wow.
But
Everyone's
yeah.
going to show up in T-shirts that just say, "I'm just here for the cuddle."
Yeah, there's not room enough in that book for a cut. No, listen, Manu, I didn't think I was sitting on gold. But no, I just kind of thought, I love that comic dearly. And I know that they're 10 a penny, the regular editions. So I'd be very happy with a display copy graded one, because I know they're out there. I can't remember if I'd finished talking, but basically I'm going to be, I'm probably going to have to sell some other stuff that I'd rather not. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's partly why I'm furiously doing all these Whatnot shows, is just to get organized.
Yeah.
Those 2 shows back to back.
Well, eBay's just not shifting for me at the moment at all. It's really quiet on eBay, certainly in the UK anyway. But I've still got some of those really nice black cat sketches left, and they're not moving at all. So I might send them to you to sell them and whatnot.
I don't know if Whatnot is like, for me, I know there's people on there who sell big singles, but for me, it's like $2 to $4 cards.
Oh yeah, I know. I was being facetious. Yeah. But yeah. But that's the thing, the cards will find their right homes, I think. But yeah. Oops. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, it is. And I think the changes that eBay have brought in the UK aren't helping private sellers at all. They're really not. They're making it more difficult. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think I've got anything else to say. I went deep for the last half an hour.
You did.
I might sell a kidney. Anyone need a kidney?
With the way you're talking beer, I think you need to hang on to the kidneys.
No, isn't it the liver? No, the liver you need. You've only got one liver, but you've got 2 kidneys.
I know. I think you need to hang on to both of them.
Well, if I start, so I was tempted to do a Monty Python quote, but I know that'll trigger you, because you're as triggered by Monty Python as I am by the word artisan, I think. Have you had a bad experience with Monty Python over the years?
Yeah, I had to watch it.
Is it that you just don't get the joke and everyone else does, and you're not sure?
Oh, yeah. I can't not like it. I have to not get it.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. I'm asking because I'm not a fan of uncomfortable situation comedy, like Curb Your Enthusiasm, or some of that other stuff where it's kind of more like a real thing. Anything that makes you uncomfortable. Like that. We are the knights of the shrubbery. No, I was going to do it now. They've started, so I'm going to carry on. I am going to do it. It's that bit that. Can we have your liver? No, fuck off. I'm still using it. And then they proceed to extract the liver. Anyway, yeah. When I'm going to tell you this now, so that you can get your slap hand warmed up. Okay. I will be doing Monty Python quotes when we're at the National. It will just naturally happen.
That's fine, because I can just wander off.
Yeah.
And all the guys in the group can chuckle and better get a bucket, and you guys can have a great time.
No. The one I'll probably do is the salmon mousse. Because it just cracks me up every time.
He's cracking himself up, you guys.
I'm cracking myself up. Listen, I live in England. The weather's occasionally great, and our government's not quite as fucked up as you are, but it's still pretty fucked. I've got to find humour in the craziest of things. You got to get your kicks in where you can, Amanda.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Are you doing MentalCon this time around? Do you know yet?
Oh, I've no idea.
Have you invited yourself?
Short answer, no, probably not. Thank you, Manu. Manu's great. Manu, you didn't have to do all that for me. Thank you. MentalCon. Honestly, I haven't had any conversations with anyone about it, but possibly it all depends on when it falls relative to my wife working and stuff like that. And I'm very conscious of overexposing myself.
No one's going to believe that.
No. But no, just in terms of burning myself out. So because we do this every 2 weeks, I think I'm going to move the Marvel Card Collectors podcast to every 2 weeks, but on the other weekends. Because if I do this today and then, because it's Saturday morning for me, obviously, if I then do Marvel Card Collectors podcast tomorrow, I just find it's too much out of the weekend, and it's too much when I don't have time with the fam.
Maybe
so
Jake, maybe we'll get lucky and you guys can, if the times overlap, then we can just go on MentalCon as
oh absolutely show. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm well up for supporting it in any way I can. I wasn't saying I wasn't gonna do it
no.
For any shit reason. I was just saying that I haven't. Honestly, the only thing I'm planning far ahead at the moment is my trip to America. Anything between now and then is just like blurry, like literally blurry, as in I can't focus on it, which sounds really bizarre. I can focus a couple of weeks ahead for work, and then I've got Chicago, and that's crystal clear. You know, that element of the holiday.
Well, that has to be. That's complicated.
But beyond that, my focus is kind of a bit all over the shop.
All right.
What is the podcast again? Yes.
there you go.
It is the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
And Leo, it's linked in, if you go to the past shows for this show, and it should be in the in the description. I link to his show.
I can see what you're posting in comments. Yes, I'm reading the comments, Leo. Yes, if you just Google at the MCC Pod, THEMCCPOD, you will find us. But yeah, I think I'm kind of at the point with that where much as it started as an audio podcast, I think it's going to be just purely YouTube going forward, because I'm about 20 episodes behind on putting out an audio format version of it.
Is that
I just haven't got
a lot of a lot of work?
Yeah, it's a lot more work for me.
What the process is on that?
Well, no, because the audio, if I was going to do audio, I'd at first start I'd listen to it, so I'd always listen through it, and I'd always put in opening and closing credits. So I'd do an audio edit of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's the time to do that and then posting it up. But I just, it started as a, and the weird thing is, because my day job has gotten busier, so it's not, I used to be able to find time to do it during my working day. I just can't do that now. So I just haven't got the time. So it's easier for me if we just record it live. I haven't got to worry about editing post, because when I was doing both the audio and the video, I'd have to just post it raw, I guess. But I'm still 20 episodes behind, Pete. So yeah. And I've still got to export it. Yeah, I've still got to export it from one. There's still effort involved in that, because you've got to kind of top and tail it and do the file format and do the tags and stuff. So
I wonder number-wise, like what's the difference? Like, I think people would just come over to, because like I listen to YouTube a lot during work without watching. Yes,
I know. I'm the same, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm watching a lot of watching and listening, because it does distract me, because I find myself interested, then I go to the browser window that it's on. I'm watching a lot of Inside of You podcast, the Michael Rosenbaum one. Katie Sackhoff's got a good one that I've been watching a lot of. Sterling K. Brown and his wife have got a really interesting podcast I've been listening to. So there's some pretty good stuff out there.
You're watching all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh, I just watched this one where this woman murdered her husband and put him under the cement in the kitchen.
No, it's always, I've always liked the insight into, when I say celebrities is the wrong word, because I don't watch stuff about the Kardashians. Actors that I dig will be interviewed.
Right.
Like the last Michael Rosenbaum one I watched, he had Paul Reiser on, the comedian who was also in Aliens, and it was just interesting hearing him talk about stuff. So stuff like that. And I tried a Joe Rogan one, and I got halfway through it, and it's Bill Murray, so it was genuinely interesting, but I was just like, I just couldn't. But Bill Murray's great. So but I know people have asked about the audio and when it's going to be updated, and I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel like I'm letting folks down, but I figured if they're really into it, they'll just migrate over to the YouTube.
I wonder if you could just record something short for the podcast over there, and just say possibly. Come on over to YouTube.
Possibly. I might do it like a final audio version and just cap that off. But it's very interesting, that shows like my good friend Greg McLaughlin of Rebel Bass Card podcast, he stayed truly audio, and that's his breeding ground. And so we started off together, kind of at the same sort of time, and discovered each other in the first year of our podcast. And so it's been very interesting. We often like cross over, and I'll go on his show, he'll come on mine, and we'll often kind of touch base. But he's a lovely guy, and he's very much into his Star Wars podcasts, and does content around the action figures and around different stuff as well, and about comics, and he'll go to shows and do
there's got to be, for Star Wars, it's endless.
The Star Wars, but the interesting thing about Star Wars is that it's less that fandom, if you like, is much more inclusive, and there's much more crossover. There's no kind of borders between different aspects of it. Whereas Marvel, I've found has always been like comics or cards. There's very little of that crossover. The borders are porous, and so I overheard something once that really kind of inspired me at the time, and I still go back to it. That one of the people on his podcast said, "Nobody owns the fandom. It's for no one to say how you should enjoy it, and you can enjoy the animated stuff, or you can enjoy the this, and you can dip into it with different." Manu, you might even get a spoon, and if you're lucky, a reach around. I'm sorry if that offends or upsets anyone. Not intentional. You've got to be so careful these days, Amanda.
No, I thought you were talking about me.
No, just generally me. But seriously, I'm not going to finish what I was starting to say, but because I don't want to get too political. What was I talking about? Yes. So, but Greg is very interesting in that he's just been so consistent throughout the years with it. I mean, obviously it's evolved, but it's great. He went to C2E2 recently, and he just gets audio elements from people, and then edits it all together. But I think he's had I think his career, he's worked in like media production, like TV or radio before. So he's really good at putting that audio stuff together.
Because
he's got a voice. He's got a voice for it as well.
Yeah, and I think I should be I'll be talking to someone at a show, and I'll think I should be recording this somehow.
It sounds so effortless when he does it. And
and it's like I wouldn't even know how to start that.
Yeah, but Greg's a lovely guy, and we really get on. And he's he's up there with the likes of yourself and Jake, Eugene and Panky. He's proper,
picking you up from the
friend.
Airport.
No, he's a proper friend. Yeah, he's picking me up from the airport when I go to the National, because he lives like 20 minutes away from it.
That's one of the things I use. Like when someone's like, "Hey, will you vouch for this person?" or like, "Do you know this person?" I'd be like Eugene. I'll be like, if he called me right now and said, "Hey, I'm at LAX. Can you come get me?"
Yes.
I'd go get him. Like that's my if I'll pick someone up at the airport, that's a friend.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So and especially because my flight's been moved, and I'm not getting until like half 9 in the evening or something crazy like that. But yeah. So but when we don't get a chance to record together often, but I went on his podcast about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
And it was just such a nice organic. It was like talking to a mate over a pint. It just felt like that. And if you can,
and soon with a cuddle.
Yeah. Well, he's picking me up from the airport. I might get lucky. Might not spend that first night in the Holiday Inn Express. I think his wife will have something to say about that. Not least of which will Greg.
Wait till you tell him that you have a pool.
I don't think he'll be jumping in it fully clothed. It's not. I don't think it's that posh a hotel. It's just a newer hotel of a budget chain or a lower end chain.
So long as you're happy, I'm going to try to stay. I think I'm going to stay at that one across the street from you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here. I sent it to Pete so he could try to stay there. But that's what we started. That's what we had the conversation about, him camping in his car.
Oh, okay. Well, technically speaking, I'm the hotel that Amanda or I are staying at, we could say that, yes, this is our vehicle, and give them the license plate so that it can park there, because they have parking. And then Pete can rock up in and just be in there. But
then he'd have to drive to Chicago.
Is so that?
He's just gonna have to
Denver?
He's gonna have to work extra hard and sell some
Yeah.
extra wallets and just fly in and
Jake,
get a hotel.
Batman the what? Batman the Imposter. Who's Batman the Imposter? Is that like Fat Man or Catman? No, I'm Catman. I just didn't realise I'm Catman.
No, you just changed your name already this week.
Have
So
I?
You're Catman the Card Crusader?
Oh no, the Card Crusader. Now that's hilarious. So for those who don't know, Meta are pushing AI things onto. Oh, great! Thanks, Jake. Meta are pushing AI features to groups, whether you like it or not. So you have to turn it off. And because it's AI, it chooses based on scanning all of the group's content, including everyone's posts and everything they've ever posted. It scans what the most likely name for itself will be. So it tried to do it to MMC, and it called it, what did it call itself? Masterpieces Wizard or something like that?
Masterpieces Wizard or something, yeah.
Yeah. And when it scanned MCCW, it decided, hi, I'm Card Crusader. And I was like, I knew Pankit had switched it off from stopping, because it's there and it's doing stuff, but we've switched it off. But I was like, I'm having that. So in all the chats that I'm in that have more than one people, I've renamed myself as the Card Crusader. I'm so having that. I can't rebrand again. Oh my goodness, Amanda. If I rebrand again, it will be like other people who produce content on Instagram and YouTube. It'll be their fourth iteration in 2 years.
Yeah. Well,
talking about the same stuff.
When you can't maintain relationship. Wait, I'm sorry. Where are we going?
I don't know where we're going. Sorry, bad mic. Cut out. Anyway,
wait. So where did you guys see that? Because like DCCW, maybe you have to have a certain number of members.
They might not have got to your group yet.
Okay.
I think they're obviously working through. So.
Because I want to make sure you said you have to turn it off.
Yeah, it will. It will pop up.
It presented itself clearly.
Oh, very much presented itself.
Okay.
Yeah, very much did. Yeah, because the podcast has still got the moderator status, I think, so that I can put posts on behalf of the podcast at the top of the group. That's the only reason I keep it. So when I go over to that, I get all the pop-ups that say so many new members and all this. And of course, I ignore all that because I don't do any of that anymore. But it was popping up with the AI thing saying, AI is now here, whether you like it or not.
Oh, okay.
So so keep an eye on that. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm such a Luddite talking about just like physical media instead of Kindles, and that's like so 2003. And now we're talking about AI stuff, and I'm talking about turning it off, and it's just like,
what, a bottle of old fashioned? What do you mean? Like an old fashioned is a very specific drink. You had a bottle of it?
Is that a type of whiskey? Maybe. I don't know. So basically, Pete's loaded.
Yeah.
And Jake has just been for a fag, and I'm in a cigarette, not a
right.
So yeah. Although it's Jake. Oh, it's a pre-made. Oh, yeah, you can get those.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, 2 weeks ago, when I was having that weekend on my own, when we didn't do the show, I remembered that for Christmas, I think, I'd gotten one of those pre-mixed mojitos in a can.
Uh-huh.
And it was in the back of the fridge. And I was like, I got it out, and I was like, it was fucking gorgeous. It was really nice. Yeah, I liked that. It was from Marks and Spencer's, which is kind of a higher end store over here. So it was a nice one. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I had quite a nice little buzz on. So yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I will be partaking of mojito because it's kind of customary for me to go to a new place on holiday, wherever it may be. And one of the first drinks I have is mojito, and I'll post a photo of it on Instagram and go, ooh, mojito.
So like you're officially on vacation once you have that mojito?
To be fair, no, my officially on vacation thing is on long haul. I always have Bombay Sapphire gin with a little Sprite. And once I have that, I'm on vacation.
You're in vacation mode.
Yeah. Don't do it for European flights because they don't throw in alcohol with your Your flights are too short. Some flights you literally get up to altitude and you're descending again because the distances are quite small, especially going to Amsterdam from here. Amsterdam is closer to me than London is.
Really?
I can fly there to Amsterdam because there's a small airport in Norwich. But yeah, it's one of those flights that as soon as you get up to any sort of altitude, you're already starting to descend. So they get half an hour to do a trolley service and sell you stuff, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's from here to Vegas.
Ground
It's
crew,
like that.
prepare for landing kind of vibe. So yeah. Anyway, we've talked about all sorts of stuff. Very little of it cards in the last 10, 15 minutes. So we should probably. I need to figure out if I can fix these headphones. Oh, that's disastrous. I'll have to buy another pair.
Can you put the USB part in a bag of rice?
I think that's an urban legend.
No,
I don't think it works.
It saved one of my cell phones.
Did it?
Mm,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Pete, yes, on transatlantic flights in economy, you usually get a meal service, and they'll usually give you, they'll usually bring a drinks trolley around beforehand, and then they'll offer you wine or beer or something with your meal. So yeah, most regular economy, although airlines in recent years have brought in like budget economy where you have to pay for all the stuff you used to get, but this time when I'm flying to Chicago, I'm going via New York. So I'm going to JFK and I'm Virgin. I'm flying Virgin. I should clarify. I'm flying Virgin and I'm in premium economy.
Ooh.
So I'm going to land at JFK where I've got a 4-hour layover before my flight to Chicago, which on Delta I'm also in premium economy, or their version of it. London to New York is about just under 8 hours. It's just under 7 on the way back, and you're probably thinking, why is that? It's because of the jet stream. Because when you fly from the US to the UK, the wind is kind of pushing you even faster. I know it's crazy, but it's true. Go look up flight times. But yeah, so on the way out, by the time you're up in the air, and you've got about 6.5 hours to actually like watch some movies and or go to sleep or stare at the window or do Sudoku puzzles.
That's not too bad. I think from Toronto is like 5 hours, 5.5.
Yeah. So JFK, and then the flight up from JFK is in the same terminal, so I don't even have to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself a lounge pass.
Oh, wow.
For JFK, I'm going to investigate what's there, Terminal 4. I'm going to buy myself a lounge pass. I'm going to treat myself, which is another reason why I can't logically do that while still having like £4,000 worth of debt. So I need to kind of, actually clear that first before I can do that. But I can buy myself a lounge pass, and if I buy the right one, some of them do things like massages and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a nice flight, and then when I'm flying from Chicago to Toronto, I'm first class, business class.
That's nice.
Literally the front of the plane.
That's such a nice flight. I always connect in Chicago to go to Toronto. And it's so nice.
You'd have done that, yeah.
And that airport's like nice too. If I have to do a longer layover, I don't mind in Chicago because I feel like the restaurants there are decent. So I just get something.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Because I'll be flying out on the Sunday morning. So, this is fun. My travel plans.
So you're getting in later now, like on Wednesday or Thursday?
Tuesday evening.
Tuesday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm flying on Tuesday, and I get there late. But then I looked. I've only just done this. I only just looked at the show times, and the show is a half day Wednesday anyway. It doesn't. Yeah. It's not till like 4 o'clock or something.
Yeah, I think
like that.
so. Yeah.
I think you can get like VIP access earlier, but I don't feel that. So Wednesday can and indeed will be a fairly chilled day, I think. So I might even dip into the city a bit on Wednesday, and then because I'm planning to do Friday in the city as well, probably. Maybe Saturday. It depends on who's doing what when. Because I know Eugene's only around for a couple of the days because he's got something else going on. And I think Greg's just there for the first few days as well because he's got something else going on.
I can't wait for Tim to follow you around doing your accent. I just can't wait.
Tim, what? Slap strong, Tim.
Yeah.
I need to get out my hat game. Now, I am going to do T-shirts. I just need to get the wording designed for the front of it. But the wording for the T-shirts will read, "Y'all got any of them non-sports?" So I wanted to say that, and then have our Friday night, Saturday morning logo, which is where you come in. Please put it on the Google Drive. High
Oh, okay,
resolution.
okay. I will.
So because I need to make stuff so that we
Okay.
can be walking around the show with matching T-shirts.
You know, you're gonna walk up to somebody and they're gonna show you Pokemon cards.
Yeah, on the back I'm going to say except Pokemon or Magic. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to get it printed both sides. So yeah. So yes, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also going to get some stickers made with some famous hobby quotes that insider jokes will know from the past year.
My sticker I have on my iPad that Eugene is a hobby legend is finally getting ready to die. I need
Oh
him to
yeah,
make
well
new stickers.
Eugene still owes me a copy of that sticker. He said he'd put one aside for me, so I'm hoping that will Jake's a bitch on the back.
I don't think that's what it says.
So yeah, so famous hobby quotes will pop up as well, or infamous hobby quotes. So yeah, all good, all
Lots to
good,
choose
nothing bad.
from.
Right, it's Easter weekend, so I'm going to go and eat hot cross buns.
Okay, let me ask you this: did you have Friday off and you have Monday off? Because Canada does.
Yes, it's a 4-day weekend. So it was Good Friday yesterday. Although I was caning it doing housework and chores. I spent 4 hours jet washing around the house. So I can barely, because I've got a trigger on the jet wash and you're holding it down. So this hand is just like killing me today. It's a good job I don't have to do anything with it. And then today is going to be, well, it's up early day today. But wife is taking the kiddo over to the city to get some new shoes. So I have a few hours on my own to just chill. And so I'll probably get some more sales posts up on the group.
Oh, nice.
Because, these cards aren't going to sell themselves.
Well,
Debt's not going to pay itself off, So, but going back to that, I've cleared my PayPal credit, and I've asked them to close down my PayPal credit account so that it's just not there for me to use, because it's easy to buy stuff on eBay and put it on PayPal credit. It's easy to buy it on ePack. I've taken my credit card off ePack, and yeah, I've balance transferred over to a 0 interest rate, so I don't have to pay any interest.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So I'm kind of, I'm trying to get it down. So
it's a creep. That's one of those slow creeps that before you know it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It was before I know it. It's all that stuff that that came out from. It's not. I mean, it's not their fault, but it's my own fault for not having the willpower to go in easy with it. But it's all those set drops, those last few sets, and then Marvel Studios Series 1 and 2. I went in hard on those. And, So yes, I need to. No regrets on it, and I'll carry on picking away at it because that's one of those sets that's going to be years in the. But Amanda, I'm in my 50s. How many years have I got to be going deep into sets? Seriously. So I'm starting to think, how many more deep year-long chases do I need?
Right.
So I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, what, and as Eugene said, and I think this is a good thing to end on. He said, if you don't enjoy it, why have you got it? Why are you collecting it? So yeah. So that's the motto. So I'm going to be offloading some stuff that doesn't, when I open the binder and look at it, give me a ooh.
Okay, that reminds me, for anyone in the chat who is still around, I will be doing my Bombshells and Beasties Whatnot stream tonight, since it's now Saturday.
Bombshells and Beasties?
It's all of my pinup cards, like Olivia, Vampirella, and all my monster cards. Mark Spears. Red Sonja's in there for sure.
Yeah. I was curious to know if you'd go there, and you did.
Mm-hmm.
You say Sonia.
Yeah.
Americans pronounce it Sonia. We pronounce it Sonia in the UK.
Sonia?
Yeah.
Huh.
I just find it fascinating. That's all.
Wow.
On that note,
so look at this guy. Wait, before you say it, this guy Pete is like the most helpful when it comes to my streams. Like he's in there and he's moderating, and he's also becoming like my producer, and he's a little bit bossy sometimes.
he's your manager.
Yeah. Somehow
If you're
that
going to be
happens.
bossed around by anyone, you'd be bossed around by Pete. I mean, it's kind of like a kitten chewing on your toes
Yeah, that's a really good.
because he's so nice.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping you manage to make it to Chicago, Pete. I'd love to meet you in the flesh, for a hug and a beer. Jake. Now, Jake's just said he needs a manager. No, you don't.
That's like
you
a
need
life
wrangler.
coach.
You need a
Yeah.
wrangler, is what you need. And I'm not talking about a Jeep or a pair of jeans. I'm so glad I clarified that for everyone. Right. Because everyone, of course, knew what I meant. Right. I'm about to go and take Dave McKeon's frame apart and see what else lies. I want to see what the back of that large uncut sheet says.
Yeah, I kind of want
before I
to
put
see.
it back in the frame. I mean,
It
it might
says-
be completely attached to the backing thing, in which case that's fine. But I'm not sure if it's attached. I'm not sure if they're clearly either not glued on, or if they were, the glue's failed, or it's a pressure thing where the glass is keeping everything in place.
I want to know I want to see the backs of those cards. I want to know like if that silver prototype is any kind of special prototype.
Yeah, I'll take
You know.
photos when I've got it all apart. But yeah,
I'm gonna keep eating these peeps.
good. All right, guys. I need to bounce. And Amanda, do you want to do the wrapping up before I hit you with any kind of final taglines? Because last time you were like, did you just start eating something?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, all right.
I ate its butt.
A marshmallow.
It's just his
It
head.
reminds me of the meme where you've got two chocolate Easter bunnies. Like
Oh,
sat
and the
next to it.
ones
Have you seen this one?
somebody ate the
One's not got
ears.
any ears, and
Yeah.
one's not got his butt, and one of them's going, "My bum hurts," and everyone goes, "What?" It just floors me every single time. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's something that is Monty Python humor. But no, but what I'm saying, it is the same type of humor.
And that's funny. So
yeah.
that's so
It's just not
I
delivered
can get the joke,
by men
yeah.
who went to a posh university in the 70s with their accents. It's the accents, isn't it?
I don't think it's the accents.
I'll turn you around on this. I'll turn you around on this.
It's not ever
Anyway.
gonna happen.
Right. Circle us into land.
Okay. So by next. Okay, I didn't know Carlos was still awake. He's been so quiet, so unlike him.
I know.
So next week, we will be streaming this to. It's Friday night, Saturday morning. Will have its very own.
Yes.
YouTube.
Well, in 2 weeks. Although, are you going to do some content on this in Toronto if you get a chance?
Yeah. So I think on the in between weeks, if either of us do like anything fun or like unbox something, like on that off week, we can just throw it on here, and then that way we can say every Friday there's something.
Yeah.
So the YouTube channel will be up probably like within 22 hours now. I'm on a cool down after validating the phone number. I'm assuming so. I don't do anything wild. So make sure you guys. I'll link it.
What's wild in Amanda's zone? What do you consider wild? Like in terms of your own behaviour, what would be wild? Are we talking driving along with the window down? Are we talking like having your coffee just a bit too hot? I mean, what's wild for Amanda? Am I going to find out the national?
Am I overusing the word wild? Is that why?
No. It just occurred to me to ask. I was just curious.
Why? What brought
I don't
that
know.
up?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm just a wild, crazy guy. But I know somewhere deep within there's a wild, crazy Amanda. And I'm looking forward to meeting her.
We will see.
We will see. Let's get those mojitos going on.
Oh yeah, I do. I can do a mojito.
Good. Right.
So no, I don't get wild at hockey games. You've been with me to a hockey game.
You mean you don't stand there going, yo, ref, what the fuck?
No, I sit.
Do people do that at hockey games though?
Yes.
Yes, just not you.
not me.
Okay.
I'm sitting. Yeah, so it's all gone now. So follow the socials.
Yeah. So follow the socials. Just find us.
I'll have the whatnot stream tomorrow night. I'll put everything in the description, but essentially, like, the big news is that we will have the YouTube channel. We already have the Instagram, so thanks to everybody who has already followed that. And I will share some stories from there so you guys can see them and follow it easier. And I can't think of anything else.
Make sure, if you're not already, please follow the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast YouTube, because that's the primary place for it. We're also on Instagram at the MCC Pod, and I'm on Instagram as well at happy.place.cards, because the person with Happy Place cards without all the dots hasn't used it in years and hasn't responded to any inquiries asking her if I could have it. So. This isn't a masterclass in self-promotion. There's a hell of a lot of people who are very good at promoting themselves. We're not among them.
Yeah,
but we try. We try, because God loves a trier. I'll always love you, Helen.
It's time to die.
One would say we already have.